Hello fishy folks, happy Fry Friday. So, Fishroom update time. This guy is spectacular and he's new to the Fishroom. I won him and his partner in this tank as a set of a pair of high fin Lyre tail swordtails at a fish club auction that ran pretty good, cool. It didn't use actually money. It used real money. It used funny money, like Monopoly type money. And you win this money by helping out the club, showing up to meetings, volunteering. And overall, this fish club meeting I went to was spectacular. I had a great time, met some great people. Looking forward to going to the next one. They're hiding now. All right, what's up? What else is up in the fish room? We have Endlers. This was my green cobra Endler colony that, if you remember, was just popping out like black bar Endlers, and I decided to get rid of because I was just getting basically feeders. I wasn't getting anything with color, so I put them in a bunch of the angel tanks, and a bunch of the little guys got eaten right away, and I thought these guys would get eaten, and they didn't. They just started growing and showing lots of color. That's actually a green cobra guppy right there in the middle, but you can see green cobra Endler, black bar Endler, some color in these guys. So I'm gonna start this colony again and see what happens. We'll go from there. Not really sure. I should probably pull that guppy out, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy. Sunset Platy tank, grow out, going nice. I did put 2 males in with the big female. These males were the first generation born here, so that's pretty cool. I'm in the back of the system right now, just giving you guys a different view, checking some stuff out. We have the, I think my local fisher calls these sunset guppies, but the red and yellow tank I call them. I still haven't separated the males I wanted to separate because who's got the time for that? But you can see how many guppies are in here. There's also a albino bushy-nosed pleco in here, helping to keep the tank clean. Anyway, this, quite frankly, has been my most profitable tank. And I tell you what, I probably bought 6 guppies from PetSmart when they were $1 each. And that was probably back in February. And I've made quite a bit of money from this tank. I mean, we're not talking thousands, but the tank has certainly paid for itself over and over and over, including all the food I give this one tank. That's not to say the fish room has been paid for, but whatever. Gold Ram doing well. His electric blue ram mates are also doing well. They're ready to come out of quarantine. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them in here yet because they are so small still, but we'll see. Koi angels, black angel, and I put a white one in here who was getting picked on in the other tank, but looks pretty scared in this tank too, so I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with him. I may trade him back to the local fish store. I didn't get him at my local fish store. I got him at a different fish store that's about 2 hours from my house. But my local fish store has platinums now, and they sell quite well for him, which is great because he's the owner doesn't like them. But if I don't have a place for him, then I may or may not trade him in, or I may put him just in a different tank and let him grow out. I don't know, we'll see. He's pretty scared looking there. All right, black Lyre tail molly colony. Quite a bit of fry in there. You can see one by the filter. When I say quite a bit, 6 or 7 I counted. The first time, there might be more now. You know, they could be hiding in the spawning mop or the Java moss. Dalmatian molly colony. I don't know if you guys remember, I got about 14 of these guys from a Craigslist ad. Somebody said they had them and they spawned in their tank and they didn't know what to do with them, and I got them pretty cheap off Craigslist. Cheap enough that if I just turned around and sold them, I would have made a couple of bucks. Not a ton of money, but. And then when I had my worm outbreak, my calamaris worm outbreak, it took, I don't know if that's what actually got these guys, or I think what actually happened is I was away and my son was feeding them and there was a dead molly in that tank and he didn't see it and it was there for about a week, so I think the ammonia spiked and killed off about half of them. So we're letting these guys grow up, and when they start spawning I'll have a colony again. I should be getting some more from a buddy of mine actually, who just has a community tank, and they're popping babies out like it's going out of style. So, you know, every week or so we talk about, yeah, I'll bring those fish to you, or come get the fish, and we never do it because we're both so busy. But I think over Christmas break I'll make that happen, and then I'll have a ginormous colony and go from there. These guys had spawned on Wednesday, and there were eggs, and when I got home yesterday they were gone. Yesterday was Thursday, so aw, look at them. Not such a big deal because I still have a lot going on in the fish room, and you know, I would rather the eggs have survived, but they didn't. So I'm gonna go around front actually because it's a little bit more difficult to film back here. Hopefully the first 6 minutes of this video wasn't complete garbage. Alright, where were we? Boom, chicka, boom, boom. You go ahead with yourself. Alright, Solo and his pals. That the one runt did unfortunately pass. So there's just 6 of these guys in here right now. Solo is still the biggest one, but the other guys are catching up. Yeah, this I'm pretty proud of these guys actually. My first what do I call it? My first batch of fry that survived. Everest and McKinley, as my son has named them. You guys ate all your fry. Yep, we had about 30 free swimming fry. They were free swimming for probably 3 days, and I come down here and they're all gone. No sign of them. So let's see if they try again. I was hoping when those guys spawn that would trigger, you know, someone else's spawn. I did take some water from this tank and put it in the other angel tanks to hopefully have those hormones trigger some spawning activity, but that didn't happen. These guys haven't spawned in quite some time. These are the parents of Solo and all those little guys in that tank, but I'm not really sure what's going on. Same thing happened with these guys. They hadn't spawned in months, and then all of a sudden 2 spawns in 2 weeks, so we'll see what happens there. These are the platinums that are left over. You can see they're starting to show some spawning activity now that I moved that other one out. Hopefully we'll get some eggs out of these guys. These eggs I will definitely pull and definitely tank raise myself because they're pretty valuable. That's why. Alright. Red Wag Platies. Mickey Mouse Platies, Red Wag Platies. I don't know what they're called. This colony is doing well. This colony actually has made me a lot of money. Not a lot. This colony has also made me money as well. Also bought these guys at $1 a piece, probably 4 of them, and you know, sold 20 of them just a couple weeks ago, last week maybe. So made some money there. All right, neon swordtails. I think these fish are fantastic. When I bought them, I had never seen them around here before, and then all of a sudden my local fish store had guys like this big. They were grown outside in a pond and they looked really cool, but I realized they were really big and people may or may not want that for their aquarium. So I have to talk to the owner and see if he wants any of these at smaller size, or if he doesn't want them at all, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably give them to a friend or sell them off real cheap. There are other fish stores in the area, but I have never done business with them, and one of them is really expensive, and the owners I don't particularly care for. We might have some fry in here. Look, see right there? I'm gonna go with, there was a spawn in here recently because that's a new fry. These swordtail fry come out larger than, you know, like Endlers or Guppies. Not quite that large, I don't think. But hey, you can see the reflection of my shirt. It's Japanese for pizza because it's Pizza Friday. Yeah, look. Yeah, there was definitely a spawn in here recently. Cool. Hopefully I can get rid of them. Alright. Update on these guppies. You know, they were born in a friend's tank. I took all the fry, lost a couple of them, and this is what's left. So, actually these guys are pretty cool, and there might be 1, 2, 3, 4, there may be 4 pair in here. I gotta check. Doing well. Green Cobra guppies, growing out nice. These guys are fun to feed because they just follow my finger. Yellow Cobra guppies, colony doing okay. Wishing there was more fry, but not so much yet. So this tank is kind of interesting. This is the Koi Swordtail and Sunset Platy tank. If you remember, I must have thrown some Sunset Platy fry in with the Cobra fry, the Koi Swordtail fry. And then I separated the Koi Swordtails based on the white in their body. So we have, like that girl right there. I don't know, I think there's, let's see, how many? Can we count? 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 swordtails. The rest are platies. Like that one has barely a white body, but you can see that big one. You can see a difference in the body shape, and the dorsal fin looks a little bit different, I think. But I'm no expert. I'm just a breeder guy. Blue Diamond Guppies. There's 4 of them in here, and I was hoping to have at least 1 male. These are fry. I lost the parents when we had the internal parasite issue. But these were fry, but they're growing quite nice. But I think they're all female. Obviously, that's definitely a female. And she looks pregnant, I gotta be honest, but there's never been a male, unless one of these guys is the male. There's never been another male in the tank, so we'll see. We'll see. This is also another tank with a couple of neon swords and this one lonely platy. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Like, I don't remember how this tank came about. They're in the back, of course. Can't see them. Whatever. Lyre-tail, creamsicle Lyre-tail mollies. These are almost big enough to bring to the local fish store, but there's only 1, 2, 3 Lyre-tails and 1 regular tail. So, not so sure he's just going to want 4. I will ask him though. If not, I'll just grow him out. There's also a neon swordtail in the back. He's got some mates down here. They have some friends down here in the growing for profit tank. Tons of fry in there. Getting these guys out of here is going to be probably a pain in my ass. Oh, looks like another batch of fry. See the little guys? That's cool. There is only 1 female in here, and I keep going to buy new males. I lied, more females, and I can't find them. So she's holding her own in here, but hopefully she survives a while. Goldfish is doing well. Pretty much eats a couple of pellets here and there, but mostly duckweed. Little daddy and his woman, still no fry. Very little surface movement. There is a little filter in the back. You can see the bubbles, so I'm gonna look into that maybe. Put it on the list of things to do, but no fry yet. Here is the swordtail tank. You can see the swords are growing nice. Good looking fish, dirty tank. You know my feelings on that. Guppy tank. There were 3 ginormous females in here. I lost 2 of them in 2 days, and I don't know why. Water parameters were 0, 0, like 5 or 10. So I don't know what happened. They could have just been old. I didn't know how old they were. But there's still 2 or 3 little fry in there, and then her. My plan was to let her drop all her fry and then start over, but I think I'm just going to let her live out her life here and drop fry and, you know, maybe put her in the guppy mutt tank and see what happens. Really not a big deal. We talked about these swordtails over here, talked about the Endlers, talked about those, talked about those, talked about those, talked about those. We talked about everything on that row. Yes, we did. So down there we have the Platy Swordtail tank. Let's sit down and get a better look, shall we? So the plan this weekend is to see the Star Wars movie tomorrow. I have tickets already. As you know, huge Star Wars fan. And I'd like to separate the fish in this tank and figure out what I'm going to do with it. Ultimately, I would like to... I have no idea, quite frankly. I don't know exactly what I want to do. But a 55-gallon tank should have a lot of fish in it, right? I could maybe see how many 20 highs fit there, because those are a big tank favorite of mine. I'm not sure if I put angels in there, if they'll do well down low. Maybe an angel grow out tank. That could be. We'll see. The angels would have to be, the fry would have to be big enough that they could find the food, so we'll see, we'll see. There's a lot of different variety in here. Definitely neon swordtails and koi swordtails. Those are red wag platy. So, whatever. We'll see what's going on. Guppy mutt tank doing well. Does need a good cleaning. You know, I say it's doing well, but from a breeding for profit standpoint, there aren't really any guppies in here I can sell just yet. All the adults, you know, I want to keep for breeding purposes, obviously, and all the juveniles aren't big enough yet. But they're getting there. They are getting there. Alright, I think that's about it. Did we talk about this side? We did talk about this side in the beginning. No, we didn't. Green water tank. You know what? Yesterday I decided to turn the light back on. I was doing daily water changes to take care of the green water, and I realized the green water, you know, obviously it's good for the fish, but bad for viewing. But I'm not doing this for viewing. I'm doing it to raise fry. So the fry in here have really grown well with the green water. So, you know, I'll turn the lights back on, and hopefully it'll grow quicker. All right, electric blue rams, 4 of them. All 4 are still alive. That's great. It's been about 10 days. I mean, they're ready to come out of quarantine. They're still so small compared to the gold ram. I don't want them to get their asses kicked and die. Also, a couple of people have told me I have 4 males. I'm not so sure I have 4, but I definitely have 2, which may or may not be a good thing. I need females to breed. So I think I'm going to leave them in here for a little while longer, let them get some more size to them, and then transition them to the other tank. But we'll see. We will see. Panda guppies. What can I say? I got them. They dropped fry, and they're doing well. I gotta be honest, I'm not in love with the panda guppy as far as how it looks. It's cool. It's rare around these parts. But you know, I like the more colorful fish, like this fantastic specimen right there. But if they sell, it doesn't matter what I like or what I don't like, right? Red swordtail tank, red wag swordtail tank, red swordtail tank, whatever you want to call it. There's 3 generations of fry in there now. You can see they're all over, eating on the moss, hiding in the moss. That's why every tank that you have fish should have plants in it. And if it's a Lyre tank, Java moss is really fantastic. guppy grass, Java moss, Christmas moss, whatever it is. Fantastic stuff. Alright guys, this is a 20-minute Fry Friday video, which is quite long. I'm going to feed my fish and do some other stuff. It's early. I woke up an hour before my alarm went off and decided to come down here and film a video. I already filmed a little bit and really just needed to film a couple minutes of some tanks I missed and decided just do it all over again. Hope everyone has a great weekend and stays warm if it's cold where you are, gets to play in the snow if it snows where you are, and that's that. Have a great day.